All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Saturday, March 2nd slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. How do you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I am 0-0 at the moment. My game is currently going. Me and Bear were fist pumping before we were recording because I gave out Loyola Chicago plus 1.5 against Dayton. Bear backed me up and put a money line bet on them whenever they were down at plus 280. So shout out Bear for backing me. And as soon as he did that, they turned it around and they're up by 5 points right now with a little bit under 8 minutes left to go in this game. Hold out hope. The defense is going to show up.
I came in your hole, Trey. I came in your hole. Hopefully they come. Wait a minute. No, it's fine. It's fine. I helped you out. We're on the Ramblers. They're going to win outright. I gave out Brown on the money line going up against Harvard. This game was an absolute roller coaster. They were up by 17. We're recording the live show. I hopped off. They blew the lead down 3, hit a 3-pointer to go in overtime, and then they won it by 3 points in overtime. And we got a court storm by the Brown student section. So we got a court storm. We got the win. Thank you, Brown, for not screwing me towards the end. We take the win on the day. Trey, let's go with the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I am 0-0 here. That's because I gave out Great Osobor to go over his 16.5 points going up against Air Force. The game has still not started. It's 9:55 Central Time. It tips off in exactly 5 minutes. I'm excited to get off here and watch Great be great.
Yeah, and I have Jared Lucas over 17.5 points for Nevada going up against Fresno State. We are 7 minutes in. I'm trying to look at the stats for Luke. He's got 4 points so far in 7 minutes. Looking good so far for the start of that game. Trey, let's go to the group play from yesterday. Again, I didn't do well in the group plays yesterday, NBA and NCAA. I gave out the over, and then Ohio against Bowling Green game wasn't even close, never was close. But you gave out Bowling Green. Ohio tried to screw you at the end, but you did cover the 8 points. Ohio, I think they won by 6 or maybe 7 points at the end of that game. So 1-0 for you, 0-1 for myself. Let's go to the game of the day tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time. Start off, tip, Alabama, minus 2.5, over under 168.5. My lock of the day is over 168.5 points for Alabama, so that's going to be one of my plays. And I'm going to take Alabama at home on the money line as well. Those are my 2 plays. You don't really need a breakdown for this game. This is going to be a great game. This is a much-watched game. Tennessee the first time beat Alabama by, I think it was 91-71. Alabama's going to get revenge in this game. I think both these teams could score 80-plus points very easily. We saw it against Auburn, against Tennessee. So I love Alabama here on the money line. I love the over. Trey?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with everything Bear just said. I'm going to give out Alabama minus 2.5. If you want to take the money line, you can as well. But I honestly feel like Bama's going to roll here in this game. Their offense is elite. They got their butts whipped by Tennessee in Knoxville in their last matchup against them. And they're going to wake up and just pound the glass here in this game. The painted area is going to be dented by the time this game is done. So yeah. I'm going to go with the home team here. Give me Alabama minus 2.5.
Love it. Love it. Let's roll into tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be talking about this Tennessee State going up against UT Martin game. And this is going to be an entertaining game to watch. With a win, UT Martin secures a 2-round bye in the Ohio Valley tournament. In Tennessee State, they come in this game with a 17-13 record. They are 10-16 ATS. And the Tigers, they are 5-9 on the road. So they struggle on the road and at covering games. And UT Martin, they come in this game with a 20-10 record. They're also 15-10-1 ATS. And the Skyhawks, they are 11-2 at home. So they absolutely dominate at home, and they're great at covering games as well. And whenever we parlay that with UT Martin needs a win to secure the buys, I just have to expect them to dominate here in this game. Give me UT Martin. I'm going to take them at minus 6.5 here in this one. There's a 3-way tie for first place in the Ohio Valley Conference, and the other 2 teams that are playing pretty bad teams. But UT Martin finds himself at the top of the conference when it comes to point differential and head-to-head matchup. So they need to win this game, even though they're facing better team than what the other 2 teams are going up against. But whenever we look at this matchup, these 2 teams, they've actually already played once this year, and that game was at Tennessee State. And UT Martin, they still walked away on the road with a 16-point win. And I feel like they can win this game in a blowout too, because they're at home, and that's only going to help their elite level offense. UT Martin, they score the 31st most points per game with an average of 81.2 points per game. And I expect them to push that a little bit closer to 90 plus here in this must-win game. So give me the team that is 9-1 straight up over their last 10 and 8-2 ATS. UT Martin is a wagon towards the end of the season, and they're hot when you want to be hot. Give me UT Martin minus 6.5 versus Tennessee State.
Like the play there, Trey. For my play today, we're going to the Big 12. Looking at Iowa State traveling to take on UCF. I'm taking the Cyclones in this game, -3 to cover the spread and stay in the conversation for the Big 12 title. The Big 12 over the last 5 years has been dominated by Kansas and Baylor, but the new addition of Houston has ruined all the fun for these big teams in the Big 12. It's now Houston at the top. They're sitting at 12-3 on the season, looking for their first Big 12 title in the first season. The only team threatening them right now is the Cyclones. They're only one game back of Houston, and they have the easier path to at least get a piece of that Big 12 title. That is why I'm going with the Cyclones in this game. They can't afford to lose this game on the road going up against UCF. Obviously, Iowa State, they've got bigger plans than to share the Big 12 title. This is a very good team this season, but they do want to win that share of the Big 12 title or win it outright. They have to win this game on the road against UCF. Then they play at home against BYU, which should be fairly easy for them. They're perfect at home this season. They should have no problem there. Then they have to play on the road against Kansas State. That would be a really good game if it was for the title going up against a tough Kansas State at home. But for Houston, they have to travel to Oklahoma on Saturday, which is going to be a tough game. Then they have to play Kansas at home, and Kansas could help Iowa State And Kansas could play spoiler, helping Iowa State in that game. That's the angle I'm going with this spot. I think Iowa State needs it more than UCF. And I do believe Iowa State is one of the better teams in the nation this season. They currently have a plus 14.9 scoring margin compared to UCF's 5.5. They are much better offensively than UCF. They're much better defensively, having a top 5 defense in the nation. And UCF at home, they're very good. But they have also shown that they can lose games, losing to Baylor and Cincinnati in 2 of the last 3 home games. I think the biggest thing in this game for the Cyclones that they can lean on is the turnovers that they force. They're forcing 17.4 turnovers per game. That's the 3rd best in the nation, and UCF is coughing it up 12.3 times per game, which is 229th worst team turnovers per game in the nation. You cannot give the Cyclones extra possessions. They're going to kill you from 3. They're going to kill you on the defensive side of the ball. Give me the Cyclones on the road to win this game, -3 as the play. Trey, let's go into the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be going with the big man here. Give me Oumar Ballo to go over his PRAs going up against Oregon. I really love this over for Ballo here in this game because I think we're going to watch him just finish this game and post a massive double-double stat line. And I believe that for a few reasons. The first reason is his matchup here versus Oregon. And his matchup versus them already this season, he finished that game with 20 PRAs. And if we average both of his matchups against Oregon last season, he averaged 20 PRAs. So it seems like this 20 PRA number is exactly where he should land around that. But I believe he's going to kick up a little bit more here in this game because this is a home game. And Ballo, he's averaging more points, grabbing more rebounds, and dishing out more assists at home this year, chucking in an average of 25 PRAs per home game. But I expect Ballo to finish with a massive double-double because whenever we look at his most recent games, he is just coming in this game with a ton of momentum. Over his last 8 games, Ballo, he's averaging a massive 29.4 PRAs per game, and I expect him to finish somewhere around that. He's been grabbing 14 rebounds, 15 rebounds, finishing with 14, 15 points over the past 8 games. He's just been filling up the stat sheet and dominating in the painted area. This guy's a 7-footer and weighs 260 pounds. I don't want to mess with him, and I don't think Oregon wants to either. Give me Oumar Ballo to go over his PRAs versus Oregon.
Love the play there, Trey. For my play today, I'm going back to one of my favorite players, Dalton Knecht, to go over total points against Alabama. I'm going to talk about Dalton Knecht in a couple seconds because he's one of the best scorers in the country, and he might be the best overall scorer in the country whenever you need a bucket. But the first thing I want to touch on for this play is the play of the Alabama defense. It's non-existent. It does not exist. You cannot say it exists because it doesn't. That's my official breakdown of the Alabama defense, which is not a thing this season. So with Dalton Knecht, one of the best scorers in the country, going up against something that does not exist, so he's basically going up playing in an open gym with nobody guarding him. I like the over for the play. The Alabama defense has been horrible this season. They've given up 88-plus points in 3 consecutive games. They've given up 75-plus points in 5 consecutive games. The last time these teams met, Alabama gave up 91 points to Tennessee. Dalton Knecht had 25 of those points, and I don't see anything changing for Knecht in this game or for the defense of Alabama in this game. If anything, the Alabama defense has gotten worse since the first meeting, and Dalton Knecht's gotten better. Give me Dalton Knecht to go over his total points in a shootout against Alabama as the play there. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be giving out UT Martin here, -6.5 versus Tennessee State. UT Martin, they're easily the better team. They're playing with a purpose. They're playing for that bye week, which is huge. They get off 2 games, just need to win 1 game to get in the championship. That's insane. So they're going to be playing hard in this one. And I'm also going with Oumar Ballo to go over his PRAs versus Oregon. The guy's just a monster, and I feel like he's going to live in the painted area, and it's going to be denting up the painted area.
Yeah, I'm going with Iowa State here, -3 on the road against UCF. They need it more than UCF. It's for the Big 12 title. They're not going to drop this game. And then Dalton Knecht over his total points against that Alabama defense, which is not existing this season. He should score 30-plus, even 40-plus points in that game. Trey's going to do it. The Ramblers up 5 right now with 5 minutes left to go. Sorry, I got your hopes up a little bit. We're going to watch the end of that game. Hopefully they do it for us. But guys, it's going to do it for the NCAA Plays and Props Sports Saturday. March 2nd slate of game. Trey went nowhere. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac -4.5, and Wisconsin -10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is Pros versus Joes, which is the game called. But you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month. A little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,